Testing.
I mean, at least we had closed captions and all that jazz.
That's true. That's true. All right. I'm so sorry, everybody. Welcome back to our very spooky intro. So our winds continue to twist around our paragons, bringing back more of their pasts whipped up like the dust. Louvre's demons coming home to roost, nuns or witches stirring up trouble in town, and learning more about what the demon with the yellow eyes seeks. Well, there's certainly despair aplenty, which will suit him just fine. Before we settle in around the campfire and start tonight's finale story, let's meet our paragons and who they're playing. Let's start with Nikki. All right. All right. Anna.
Hey, I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny most places on the internet. I play Alice, the practitioner, who is the resident expert on demons. Yeah.
Vin.
Muted Vin.
Muted. Hi guys, I'm Vin of Inbox VA. I'll be playing Gabriel the Holy, who's as put together as his books.
Love it. Dana.
I am Dana Ebert. My pronouns are she, her. And I'm maybe playing Louvre Garo, who's the gunfighter paragon type. Which is weird because she's just the funny one.
And Cameron.
Good evening. My name is Cameron, Worldsmith Cam on Twitter, and I am playing Cormac McFarland, and I am the resolute Paragon type. And I am also very sad.
All right. Our story last time ended with everyone, well, not everyone turning in. There are some late night talks and tearful reunions. But I wanted to start us off tonight with Gabriel, our holy. Gabriel, where did you end up that evening?
Probably back in the room they're staying in. I can't remember if there was like some barracks or something. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, the boarding house.
Yes.
All right, and you did see a fraught conversation between a bounty hunter, Josie Weller, and Cormac. And before you went up to your room at this boarding house. But as you fall to a fitless sleep, Gabriel, do you normally dream?
I think it's pretty seldom. When they do is like scraps of their childhood.
I think this one starts out pretty similarly. You see your uncle calling you in for dinner. You see the wagon that you ride in kind of bumping along, the dust flying up. You see a new town on the horizon. And it starts to look a little eerily familiar. This is a town you've been to before, a town you don't particularly have great memories about, a town you remember leaving in the dead of night. What's here? What's in this town? Who is in this town?
Well, given that description, I think they had a very solid religious institution, maybe a pretty decent church, established members, a very devout town who did not take kindly to some religious snake oil that his uncle was peddling.
As you roll into this town, you see those faces, again, those devout faces looking up to you for guidance. You see you said snake oil. What was that about?
Well, Gabe in his youth. I'm saying he tonight. I guess we're officially he they. Much like the Catholic Church and their bills to heaven and so forth, we have an assortment of holy things, water, supposed treasures and things to bless your house, and it's trash.
You
keep it
see,
simple.
you see those bottles of water clutched in eager hands, thankful for the blessings that they found, and the hands reach up to touch the wagon, or you see the faded sign. And as you start to look into those faces, one by one, you start to notice there's something odd about them. The smiling, devout faces looking up at you all have yellow eyes. And there's going to be one man that steps forward and just like, thank you, preacher. You've saved us. You've saved us.
I think the odds themselves are going to make Gabe very uncomfortable. They're going to be polite, and I guess they haven't registered that this is a dream yet, and just kind of pull back. Whoever else asks, oh, they just happen to run out. So sorry. They'll just have to collect later, but yikes.
The hand grasps your arm as you kind of pull back and leans in, says, you know what I am. You're not proud of this, are you, Gabriel?
I'm sorry, sir. You must be a little confused. Are you all right?
Slips the water back into your hands and kind of closes your fingers around it. This moment here, you're not proud of this, are you?
Again, I just think you must be unwell, sir. Should I pray for you?
Please. I'll pray for you as well. If you could do it again, would you do it differently?
I think everybody would want to do over. I'm not indifferent. Everybody.
What if I could give you one?
I don't know what you mean.
Think about it. And we'll take the hand away from the bottle, and you see the liquid is going to turn almost to light, bright light in your hand. What do you do with this bottle of light?
Drop it.
Shatters on the ground. As you look up, you see your wagon. Once more, the cover turns from the canvas to a giant spider web surrounding you. Just behind, you see a spiders start to drop and start to shield you, almost make a protective net in front of you, in front of this light. And you feel a light on your shoulder, and its 8 eyes fix onto your 2. And you almost swear you can see it give like a nod at you.
Now that we've dipped into truly fantastical, they finally registered, oh, I'm asleep, and just ride out the rest of this batshit dream.
The spider is going to lift a leg and kind of twist it out, almost like offering you a hand.
And they're gonna just give it a pinky.
Okay. It grasps your pinky, and suddenly Zane is sitting next to you, almost in your room. You're not sure if this is still a dream, but he's there beside your bed, and he'll lean in And he's also holding something. It looks like a jar, full of pebbles. He leans in. Hey, preacher man. Good on you.
And before they even consider the jar, just gonna just give a little pinch. Are they awake?
No, they're not. So does this wake them up? Do you think?
I think
Right.
so.
Your eyes shoot open, and you're alone in your room. There is a chair next to your bed. On it is a single pebble with a note wrapped around it.
What does the note say?
The note says, you unfold it and you say, you didn't want a new path or an old path. Maybe you want a new one. Come find me and I'll show you what's in my jar of wisdom. Zane.
Okay.
And you can see the first fingers of morning light creeping in to the window. Nice.
I hate that. Fantastic. I hate it.
As our morning light falls over the rest of the town, I think all 4 of the rest of you were at not at the boarding house, but at the tavern. Yes?
If
Cormac,
it's,
did you
is
go
up
back
in
to
his-
your...
Yeah, in his little attic in the bank.
Mhm.
And Louv was staying with Orla on account of the strangeness.
But not just Orla. You also have an old friend with you now as well.
yeah, did she stay?
She seemed very disinclined to leave. Yeah.
It's a good thing Orla has a very large bed.
If you had kind of asked her if she was going to leave, I think that she would say, like, I've left, they're going to know, and it's not going to be pretty. So they'll be looking for me.
I think Orla would take Louv out into the hallway. So this is like the night before, right?
Yes, we can scoot back a little.
And then she would ask, the girl, who is she?
You remember the story I told you while we were out camping?
Right?
Yeah, that's Odie.
The little one.
Yeah, little bigger now, but
Right.
I don't know what she's doing with these folk though.
Well, if I'm inclined to go with whatever Alice said, and so I think your friend's in a bit of a cult.
Yeah, certainly seems that way. I've been doing some thinking, and that lady that's looking for me, I think maybe I should just go have a chat with her.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Could it wait until tomorrow?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna do it now. She's probably sleeping. They probably just, probably just freak her out. Really,
Right.
would be fun just to rap on her window a few times and just be standing there all scary.
Especially if she thinks you're a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
You're not a
now I'm
shapeshifter, are you?
No, not to my knowledge.
All right then. You don't have any
It's
time that you've been missing and things you can't remember and that sort of thing.
I mean, I can't remember things all the time, but not like that. And you know how these stories get started. Like you don't got to be supernatural to bite someone.
Right. Well then, I mean, I've seen Alice fly, so it's possible that you're a shapeshifter. It's not outside the realm of possibility at this point. Anyway, your friend can stay as long as she needs to. Right. Sleepover. It's been a while. For having more than one person over anyway.
I appreciate you welcoming her like this. You know, under other circumstances, the huge pile of booze in the middle of your room would probably be great for a sleepover, but I know you're trying to quit, so let me get that out of there before we go to bed.
That would be wise.
I think I got all of it.
Anything that's unopened you can take down to the bar. Although, I don't think that, gosh darn it, I forgot her name already. What's the lady's name from downstairs?
Madame Festa.
Madame Festa.
You know, honestly, I don't think Madame Vesta's so fancy that she wouldn't take open bottles too, but
Right. The cowboys probably wouldn't care, so may as well.
I mean, hell, if you spit in it, they'd probably pay extra.
That's a good point. Orla would not forget. Nikki forgot.
How about Alice? What are you doing this evening?
This evening, I am in my room. I have books scattered all over the writing table in here, probably a few stacked up on my bed as well. I think at this moment, she's just finishing a letter and folding it up, and then diving back into research. Specifically, I'm hoping to find the demon's preferred terrain environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to make a scholar call?
Absolutely. I would love to get more jacks.
Yeah.
It's a 20.
20. All right. And your call
Under
is like
93.
93. Wow. Okay. Whew.
At this point, you're just feeding us, Christina.
I know. This is what I get for asking. Okay. Do you want to spend some of those to find some preferred environment?
Yeah, that's what, 7. I will spend, how many do we have in the river?
17.
Nice. I will send 3 up the river to make that 20, and I'll spend the other 4 in this chat.
Love it. This demon, you find, now that you know the name, you know what it eats: despair. You think anywhere where despair happens, graveyards particularly are a place where this kind of demon would find itself happy. Anywhere that a terrible tragedy has happened, battlefields, mass death occurrence spots, places where sacrifices have been made, anything like that, where that despair might just linger.
Okay. I think that's the assumption she had, but it's good to always make sure. You can never be too sure when dealing with these things.
Alice, do you get any rest, or are you studying through the night?
I get some rest. She probably has difficulty falling asleep, but I know that summoning a demon this powerful can be arduous, and she shouldn't do it on no sleep at all. So
You also wake with the soft light of the morning coming in the window. It's seemingly out of place for the past few days you've just had. Cormac, you went back to the bank, to your apartments in the dead of night. And when you open the door, there is a familiar shape sitting on your bed, waiting for you. It's Liam.
Hi there, laddie. You're up late. You shouldn't be.
I can't sleep.
And he'll take the long rifle off his back and close the door and make sure everything's locked and take all his gear off and go sit on the bed next to him. What seems to be the problem?
Something feels wrong. Like there's a storm coming.
Where do you feel that? How do you know?
It's in the air. It tastes like metal. Like licking a penny.
Like licking a penny. Right. That's I think you're right. I think tomorrow a lot of things are going to change. And it's going to be a hard day.
Are you scared?
I'm scared.
It's gonna be okay. Reaches out, takes your hand.
Yeah, I take his little hand in one, I just cup it in the other. I'm afraid I won't be able to see you anymore if I do what I think I'm going to do tomorrow.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, I'm going to talk to your mother.
That sounds like something you've done before. And I've been fine. Why
It's a
would
little
that?
different this time, laddie. Because it's about you.
Oh,
No. I've spoken with my friend Alice about this a few times. And I'm not sure how you're here. But if you tell me that you want to stick around,
do you want me to go?
no.
And then I'll stay. I'll always stay.
Laddie.
I don't want to go. And he kind of curls down into the blanket and like burrows in, like so many nights you've had before. And it's just, you can see him starting to drift off. The eyes start to close.
Just pull his head in my lap and lean against the wall and fall asleep that way.
When you wake up, he's not there.
I immediately go to in the corner. I have a little smelter's kit that I've been stealing silver from the bank at least once or twice a night and smelting it down into bullets.
Nice.
And I just kick it up and start going.
As you turn some of the bullets over in your hand, you can kind of see they're very shiny, very reflective, and you catch a glimpse in them, those yellow eyes.
He'll stop and catch it to the point where he can see them. Can he do that?
Yeah, yeah.
Who are you?
You hear a voice kind of swirl around, almost from the bullet, and then almost like a wind. Who do you want me to be? First, it sounds deep, almost masculine. Then it shifts, sounds almost like Orla for a second, and settles. Liam again.
In this situation, friend, I'd rather you be my father.
Very well. And is there any mirror in this room? Any sort of large reflective surface?
Yeah, there's like a medium-sized mirror that he's initially brought to shave and then gave up on it. So it's probably sitting around somewhere.
You see the reflection of your father in this mirror. The only difference from the father you remember is the deep yellow eyes.
Right, I'm glad I got looks from Ma.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means you're an ugly fuck. Right. Well, I know you're not me dad. So I've heard stories about you. That's fine. What's your purpose here?
I just want what anyone wants. What you want? Freedom. To be myself, to be out in the world, to find people who need me, help them.
Right. No, I knew a few preachers like you back in the day. Sorry, not preachers, fathers. I'm too used to the Protestants over here in America these days. Now, keep in mind, I'm not here to make any deals. I'm just curious. And you showed up here, so you have a purpose here, aye?
Are you sure that you don't want to make any deals? Your boy that I saw you talking to, he left him in the night.
Now I'll figure that out on my own.
Can you?
Well, I've survived harder shit than that, so I'm sure I can. So, you want to be here to, what I'm assume, get either pleasure or power off of other folks' weakness, aye?
Such an ugly way of thinking of it.
Oh, you like the silvery words, like I said, like those fathers back home. So, am I correct?
Maybe.
That's a yes.
So
Go ahead. Sorry.
just taking a little pain out of the world. I wasn't made to do much better, to do much else. For a little favor from you, I can remove some of your pain, and all you'd have to do is help me out. What do you say to that?
I'm curious what you want.
I know what your group's planning, what you're plotting, the books you've been looking at. I know you mean to destroy me in this world, send me back somewhere I don't want to be. Would be a shame if something went wrong with that. And you walked away with everything you wanted. Now that doesn't sound like a shame to me.
No, hypothetically, it wouldn't. So, now I know your type, at least a little bit from talking to my friend, what I believe our mutual friend Alice. So, if we do make an agreement, it's up front.
Up front.
All right.
I don't know if I can do that. You'd be
Then I have
putting
no
him
business
in
dealing with you.
an awful lot of danger. You're about to mess with things that
That I don't know about. We're having a conversation. You're looking like me, da.
that's true. Why did you choose this? This
Because I
is
hate the fucker. It's easier to talk to you that way.
fair. Fair.
So, I respect your intelligence, otherworldly being. I think we've come to an accord that we're not making a deal here. So,
What would it take for you to keep me free? Your entire half. What's to say you won't just screw me over?
what's to say you won't screw me over?
We each
You're the
need
one that
something.
you are the being that's known for trickery, devilry, and all the things that are stereotypes about you, right? I'm just an Irishman. I'm a potato farmer for most people. So
Well,
there needs to be a little bit more on your end, don't you think?
I can't be given my full power now to do what you want, to rip heaven and earth apart. I can do that after I know that I will be free. But I'm sure I can give you some sort of token, some sort of boon, a sign perhaps.
Now, see, you're grasping at straws there. That's not how I operate, and that's not what I set out first. Either I get what I want beforehand, or there's no deal.
You'll come to me in time. You want
You're
this
right.
enough.
And Cormac will turn and let the reflection show the pile of silver bullets over in the corner. Just, I'm sure I will come to you soon enough, but it might not be the way you'd wish. So, have a good day, Da. I hope you like rotting in the grave.
Another mistake. Another mistake. And he fades into the background, and the last you see is those yellow eyes, and hear a knock on your door.
On the other side of that door, Orla takes a very deep breath and waits.
Well, if you know where I live, you might as well come in.
I'll open the door. Marnin,
Oh, shit.
who you talking to?
The demon in the form of Midah.
Much difference between the two?
A bit. But not as much as I would like.
Can I sit? I have some things I need to say. And, I suppose a question I have to ask. And I'm doing it sober. It's a bit of a struggle.
Here. And he'll get up from the chair he was sitting on, offer it to her, and then go over under the bed and get out honeysuckle candies. And he'll hand it to her and says, it helped me back in the day kick the habit.
Right. Well, I don't think it's gonna be that hard to quit, actually. Madame Vesta is quite on board. Right. I'm just gonna get to it. For months before I left Kansas, I tried to talk to you about what had happened with Liam, and you wouldn't talk to me about it, and you wouldn't tell me how you were feeling, and it was quite isolating. And I figured if I was going to be alone, that I may as well actually be alone. And so I left. And you followed me. And for a bit, I felt a bit hopeful. I thought maybe if you followed me here, you were going to talk to me. But instead, you watched from a distance as I killed myself night over night. And then Alice came. And she seemed to know things that I didn't know about Liam and about how you were feeling and what you saw. And I was so angry about it. And I'm still a bit angry because, as we know, angry is a bit easier than sad. I made more money last night than I've made the entire time I've been in this town. And I have nearly enough money that I could go. And Alice did say we'd have to leave town. And may as well pack up and take Mabel and see if Louv wants to come and her new friend, that old friend, and see if they want to come with me and go to California and open my own general store. But this time I won't tell you where I'm going. So, it's a bit of a proposition for you. Either you tell me what you've not been telling me, and I stay where you can find me, or you don't, and I go. And this time I make sure you don't find me. So?
I see him. I see him at least once a day. And I can touch him, and I can talk to him and have conversations, and he's grown older. He's how I thought he would look. He's got your cheekbones and still my eyes. He's got my color hair, but grows out the way that yours does. And the days that I don't see him, I dream of what I saw. And I know that if I talk to you, he might go, that I might not be able to see him again. That's why I followed you. It's why I didn't talk to you, because I didn't want to lose him and you. Alice knows because she caught me in the middle of the night shooting one of those fuckers that we've been dealing with over the past few days. She knew about the things that I was finding and seeing, that I fought on the way following you. I asked if she knew what was going on, why I could see Liam. She told me not to talk to him, that it was dangerous, and I was polite and thanked her and continued on. I'm scared shitless that if I keep going, I won't see him again. Whether it's this fucking demon or if it's my own head or it's something else.
I don't know what to do with that information. I only see him in my nightmares. Seems a bit unfair that you get to talk to him and see him grow. Right. I should go see if Louv is up.
I let him die, Orla. Heard him scream and I went in the other room and there was the thing taking him.
I slept through it.
I know.
I feel like that's worse.
Trying to tell you what I saw. Like you asked. But I'm not sure if it was that fucker that I shot the other day. Or if it's this thing we're about to do today. Sorry. I was a coward and I didn't want to lose you with the same breath that I lost him. And when he came back, I was trying to hold on. That's why I followed you. Because even being close to you was better than not.
If I didn't want you to follow me, I wouldn't have told you where I was going. You're not that good of a tracker that you would have been able to find me on your own.
Yeah. I'm proper shite at it. I'm lucky, honestly.
I know that kids, they grow quite a bit, but we're only coming up on 1 year. He couldn't have grown that much. I don't think it's him. And if it was him, why would he come to you and not come to me? I think that Alice said that the demon likes despair. And what's more, what's going to cause you the most grief is to force you to hang on. And then the tighter you hang on to him, the looser your grasp on me becomes, which increases my despair. I don't know what would have happened if I didn't meet Louv when I did. It's been awfully lonely.
I think you're right on most of that. But if his demon feeds on despair, then he would know that if I had lost you, I would have lost my life. That's why I followed you, Arla.
You've got to get better at using your words. Standing outside and making sure that no cowboy was going to be hurting me is one thing. But I would have rather you talk to me.
Right.
Well, I think there's still going to be some change made, but I won't be running off without telling you. We should probably gather the others.
Right. I mean, I'll get my things together.
I don't have things to get together.
Well, and he'll go in under the bed and pull out a revolver and offer it to Orla.
I have my own. But if it will make you feel better, I'll take this one as well.
Whether you take it or not, I love you, Orla. Even if you didn't tell me, I'd search this entire country trying to find you.
Right. But you told me what I wanted to hear. So that won't be necessary.
All right. Just give me a bit and I'll come join you and the others.
Right. We'll be at the bar.
All right.
Or as you head back across the street, you can see the sky is starting to wake up, and instead of the normal colors that you recognize with sunrise, you start to see this almost sickly green color. You've seen it before big storms across the plains. These strange clouds that come down like funnels. You'll see the sky this strange color. and you almost feel like there's almost like a metallic tang on the air. It feels wrong.
Well,
that
now
is-
that's uncanny.
Louv, did you get any rest? Or were you up with your sister?
Luv got a little rest. She did spend time speaking with Odie, but Odie seemed pretty tired and ended up passing out curled up in a tight ball on Orla's bed. And Luv spent a good portion of the night finishing carving symbols into those bullets.
I think when Odie saw the symbols, did you let her see them? Or did she catch you doing any of that?
It ain't a secret.
She would, her eyes would go wide and says, Louv, do you think we're unlucky?
Jesus, what a question, Odie.
I think we're cursed.
Yeah, I mean, maybe so, but ain't we all? Hey, I've been meaning to ask. Do you still have that gun I gave you?
Yeah, I do. I wear it under my robes. Kind of scared of it, actually. You said I had a name?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to be scared of. She's like an old friend. But yeah, her name's on the bottom of a handle.
Goes with yours, right?
Yeah. It's the two names there in French. Dent and ongle. Yeah. Tooth and claw.
That's us. That's us, all right.
That's right. So what happened to you exactly after we all left?
I had to
Who are
run.
these people?
The sisters?
Yeah.
First, they were kind to me, took me in. It was like a real sisterhood to sisterhood. It was something I knew how to do. They're devout. They're safe. Traveled a lot. I thought I'd look for the rest of us. Maybe find some of our sisters, and then just got swept up in everything they were doing and listening more. They have this angel that they follow, this angel that guides them. Something felt weird, something felt off. So I've stuck with them. I told them I felt like I was cursed, and they said that their angel could fix it, could give me blessings and maybe find what I was looking for. Maybe they're right. Maybe the angel led me to you. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I think whatever's wrong with us don't need fixing, but I don't trust this whole thing. Does this angel have a name?
I don't know. Just calls him the angel. I always assumed that maybe it was the saint, the Ada Lamont, but maybe it's not her. Maybe it's somebody else. Do you know?
Yeah. I don't know for sure. I'm starting to think it might be the something else. We might have to talk to Alice about that. But you safe? They hurt you?
No. Just strange. They're just really strange.
Well, they ain't gonna bother you anymore. I promise you that.
They're traveling with someone who's looking for you. She's a bounty hunter.
You
There's a price
know
on her
anything about
heads.
her?
Her name's Josie. She doesn't like the sisters very much. She doesn't like the nun thing, the angel. supernatural. None of it. Curses. She doesn't think any of it's real.
We agreed on that much, but I assure you, some of it's real. Seen some weird shit, especially lately. Hey, how high are bounties?
Oh, pretty high.
Yeah.
Pretty high. Yeah.
Does it list the crimes on the, where they're posted?
Oh gosh, the last time I saw it, it said arson, burglary, grand theft, something. Oh, and corruption of young minds.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. The old rap sheet. It's been a while.
Yeah. Oh, and now running from the law. It's on there now
Ah.
too. But hey, no one's gonna look for a nun and what's this cowgirl thing you've got going on? I like it.
Thanks. Might be time to, change back into the old outfit, but funny thing when when you like me, your rap sheet is basically a biography.
So what's yours gonna say next?
Well, I think that's gonna depend on Josie. Is that a name?
Yeah, that's her name.
Yeah. The next one's gonna depend on what she has to say.
I think at this point you start to hear the people congregating downstairs as the morning light starts to kind of stream in the window, and you also see that strange, eerie green hue to the sky.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck that is, so I better go find my friends.
Yeah. Is it all right if I come with you?
Yeah, you want a different outfit?
Oh God, yes. This nun thing, it's so warm. And she starts just
I wasn't gonna say anything, but it looks kind of silly.
yeah.
I think
Can't admit.
Orla walks in at that moment and is clearly shook. Morning.
Oh, hey, Ola.
Does she look closer to my size or Louv's size?
Luke, did you picture her? How what kind of manner of build is your little sister?
She's more like Ola.
She's small. Okay. I kind of
Yeah.
picture her very pocket sized, but
Yeah, like I'm real big.
I love being called pocket-sized. Yeah, Orla's going to see that she's taking off her habit, and we'll go and I typically dress like this. Are you a bit more modest than that, though?
I don't think anyone would look for me if I was wearing something like that.
That's a very good point, to go from that to this. All right, then. We've got just the thing. And Orla's going to dress her like a saloon girl.
I love it. The duality, nun to saloon
Just a shit ton of makeup, hair up. And it's faster than, like, she grabs a couple of the other girls from down the hall and gets them to come help so that it can go fast, because this getting into this getup is an hour, at least an hour's work. So she does her all up, and she goes, well, now, I don't think anybody would recognize you. What do you think?
I don't recognize me. Louv?
Jesus. Never thought I'd see any of us in dresses.
She
Yeah, you
looks
look
quite
good.
pretty.
Curtsy. It's awkward.
We don't do that in the West. All right, then, let's go find the others.
Right. So you gather all here in the saloon with this strange Gabriel, would you have joined this morning? from the boarding house. And Cormac, you were also on your way over, or
I feel like Gabriel and Cormac meet each other outside the saloon, and Cormac has like a large satchel filled with all these silver bullets, and then almost like a side, like a waist pouch that's just sticking out are a bunch of dynamite fuses. And the normal rifle, and looks at Gabriel and says, "Morning, preacher."
Morning, indeed.
And then Cormac will start heading in.
Oh, and Cormac walks in, Orla hands him a cup of coffee.
I'm all right. I'm awake enough. Thank you.
you see Madame Festa at the bar, kind of eyeing everyone, and just says, "I don't feel like opening for breakfast." She shifts the sign to closed, and kind of shuts the door. "No more destruction in this bar." She looks at you, Cormac, and sees the dynamite.
We're planning on heading out of here, so no need to worry about that.
Good. I don't want to clean up again. Heads back out to the kind of
Hi,
back room bar area.
Madam Festa, before you go, I've caused a considerable amount of trouble over the time since I've been here. And he'll reach into his pack and pull out a decent weight bag and drop it on the counter. That's about 30 pounds of silver. That belongs to you now.
Oh my God. Is this? I'm not even going to ask questions.
That's probably for the best.
I'm just going to.
Generous donation.
Well, thank you, young man. I'm just going to take this. And you see her just disappear into the back.
Louv is going to slip in behind Orla and just not even hesitate to take the coffee that she's holding out.
Right, at least somebody wants it. Where's Alice?
She's coming down the stairs right then with just a pile of books in her arms and a couple of bags of supplies hanging off her shoulders. Good morning. Everybody
Morning.
sleep okay?
Actually, I slept great.
Yeah, Louv hands Alice one of these bullets. Hey, you think I did a good enough job on that?
Yeah, I think this will work. Good job.
Damn spiffy, thanks. Holy jeez, Cormac, where'd you get all that from? Don't answer that. Let me guess,
Right.
Orla. He gave him the money and then it changed him. Is that what happened?
Right.
I revealed everything to Orla this morning that I'm an heir to an incredible fortune of the British, and I've hidden that from everyone my whole life.
Yeah,
Cormac, are you telling jokes now? Right. Things are definitely changing today. Alice, do you need help with anything?
We have a number of things to prepare, a number of things to talk about. Has the demon approached any of you yet?
Me this morning.
What did
It
he
also
say?
seems to have a penchant for dreams, I might like to add.
Congrats, Cormac. Even the demons like you.
Oh no, we didn't like each other. He asked, the demon asked how I wanted it to appear. I chose my father, because I hate the right bastard. He tried to, my father, so, the demon in the image of my father tried to get me to either mess up the deal or implied to kill Alice or anything of the like in exchange for solving all my woes and all that shite. No, I didn't take it. He's a shite haggler. But eventually I threatened him and then we went our separate ways.
Those deals never
shit, what's he
turn out
gonna
as
offer you?
promised.
Gold?
No, he would offer to, I'm assuming, bring my son back to life.
If you haven't made these deals before, they are very dangerous, and they never go quite how you intend.
That's what you've told me, and I didn't make a single deal.
When you make deals with devils, you have to have the upper hand, and that takes preparation and power. The other thing I wanted to discuss is that he's going to try and divide us. It's going to take me a few hours to make a circle to trap him, and even longer to summon him. It could take up to 24 hours. He's going to try and tempt you. He's going to try and divide us. So I think it's best if anybody has any secrets that they haven't talked about yet. And I'll glance at Cormac. I don't know that he's talked to Orla yet.
And
It needs to be discussed.
Orla came and visited me this morning. We spoke.
I don't have secrets. It's quite a problem, actually.
How about you two? I say, glancing to Luv and Gabe.
Is there a spider in the room?
There's always a spider in the room these days. I think it, as the mention of secrets starts to come up, you see one kind of skitter up the side of the table and climb up. Do you have a coffee, Gabriel?
No.
Okay. It's going to be sitting on Luv's coffee on the other side. Just kind of every time she looks away, you see the spider kind of almost tip its little face in and just and hide again, like it's hide, like playing peekaboo with Luv.
Almost reflexively, they go to like shoo it or squash it, and then they remember, oh, we're in some bullshit, and then like kind of open their palm out to the spider.
It almost looks like, oh dang it, I got caught. It deflates a little and then scoots backwards until it's sitting on your hand, just kind of poised, tall.
So, of course, I have made a name for myself in leadership in Christianity. Let's make it that point. But I've unfortunately made some interesting friends, and they just kind of have their hand out, kind of tangled with some fey-like creatures, and now intertwined, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, the spider looks at you like offended, almost like, excuse you.
You'd be surprised how often that happens. I don't think that'll affect us today unless your friend can help.
Can you?
The spider crawls down your arm. What happened to that pebble that you had?
It's in their pocket.
The spider crawls into the pocket and takes up residence on the spiders aren't like ants. They can't. You feel it moving, like it's trying to pull it out and like dramatically display, like, yes, this rock, look at this. And it's trying so hard. And if this was an animated movie, you'd hear like in the pocket.
Gabe is just gonna like carefully fish the spider and the pebble both out and offer it to Alice.
We'll take it. Do I sense the weird on it.
Very much so. Very much so. This is some sort of divine token.
I will look back at the spider. Is this offered free and clear?
The spider looks to Gabriel and like jerks some legs toward them. You get the sense it's for Gabriel, but yes, it is offered.
I will set it down with our supplies for today then.
Good.
Luv,
The
any
heck?
secrets that may divide us?
I mean, I should have gone first because that's
Right.
that's freaking amazing. Like, how'd you teach you to do that? Did you come from the flea circus or something?
I'm not responsible for that's just
Because that's
bullshit.
some freakiness.
No, that's some bullshit is what it is.
I might more honest than perhaps behavior in the past, though.
Are you looking at me? I feel
She's
like
looking
y'all
at
looking at me.
Gabriel.
I mean, it's nothing like this. It's just I've done a lot of things I'm not proud of. And this golden-eyed bastard did try to offer me a chance to do everything over. And luckily I was not rescued, but there was some intervention with my web friend. All in dream, of course.
This is good. If he's offering deals, he feels threatened.
I'm nearly offended that I haven't been given any kind of deal.
I was just thinking that.
Rude.
Yeah.
Perhaps
Like,
he
what are
sees you
we?
two as the strongest.
Right. Like, I don't fly talk to ghosts or talk to spiders, so
Demons, when they seek out a deal, they tend to go for the weakest link. Those most likely to make deals.
do we know what he's doing here?
After us.
It mentioned it's preying on folk that want a better life. So, people in despair, as Alice has said.
Despair, huh? No wonder it's in fucking America.
I have a feeling that each of the things that has happened in our life is tied to it. It has created this circumstance.
Well, you've all shared your things. I guess I should be forthright. Luv Garo is not a humble cards dealer, like you've no doubt imagined these past months.
Imagined, Luv, we've seen it.
Truth is, I'm running from a bounty. I did some bad things. Real bad. I'll
How bad
spare
are
you
we
the.
talking?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna ask, I hurt people, Cormac. I hurt a lot of people, but every one of them bastards deserved it. See, you, Cormac, you irritate the bejesus out of me. I ain't gonna hide it. You really chat my flaps, but you have this grief. It's palpable. It hangs in the air. It's like a smoker's breath, this thing that comes from you. And I think that's because deep down you're a good person. But me? No, I've done all this stuff, and I don't regret none of it. So, relatively speaking, I got my trauma, but I live a carefree life compared to you.
Luv, I'm assuming you don't know what a Fenian is, right?
Can't say that I do.
Right. I fought in rebellions against the British Crown back in Ireland. I killed plenty of folk that were shite as well. So I understand that a bit. You're not a bad person. If what you're saying is true and they were bad folk, I don't see any qualms with that. Do you know how many folk I've killed in this town since I've been here?
Hey, Cormac, let me ask you something. I understand what you're trying to say, but how much did you enjoy it?
Oh, quite a lot.
Well,
it's satisfying killing a landlord that evicts about 300,000 people.
now you're talking my language.
I told you, Luv. I said you had more in common than you realized.
Shit. Christ, are we gonna be best friends now?
We were already on track for that. And you just couldn't see it because you were still trying to steal cards from people.
Well, Ola was egging me on.
I'm a bad influence, apparently.
In some ways, but this thing in me, the part of me that enjoyed it, that wants to, to hurt these landlords, these lawmen. When I met you, it got quiet, and I thought maybe I could stay out here, and that'd be okay. Just live a quiet life, but things don't stay so quiet out here.
Well, we could try again in another town. If Alice is right and we have to leave this one after what we do. I don't have secrets. I talk too much to have them. I guess my biggest one is just that I'm not as bad of an influence I pretend to be. Maybe I've broken a few hearts.
You truly are the best of us, Orla.
I don't think that's true, but I'm not going to argue with you about it. Should we get on with things then? Or is there something that you need to get off your chest, Alice?
There are a lot of things I've done that I regret, a lot of things I've done that I run from, but the one that is pertinent to this situation, the information that I think we all need to know is that this demon was locked beyond the veil for millennia. It was able to do the things it's done. It was able to wreck the lives that it has because I released it.
Did you do it on purpose?
No.
Did you do it trying to solve a problem?
I did. I was trying to help my partner's sister, and I lost them both when it happened. But this is all my fault. For that, I am very sorry.
Oh, I think you got that twisted around a bit, Alice. You didn't hurt your partner or her sister. the demon. You were doing everything in your power to do the right thing with the skills you have. Because look at us in the past few days. We wouldn't have been able to do anything without you here. Think how many lives you've saved already when we took out the Dullahan.
And
But
you
all of
helped
that
Johan.
happened. All of that had to happen because he was here. I lost my partner and her sister because I brought him here. You lost your son because I brought him here.
Arguing this point isn't going to do anything, but I forgive you if that means anything to you. No matter what wrong we do, no matter how heinous it may seem, we all deserve an opportunity for redemption, for another try. Punishment, death, anything like that, it feels natural to us because we've been told that's what we're to do. By who? Kings, queens, religion. All we have is each other on this earth. Lou's killed folk. I've killed folk. Gabriel has made a deal with a magical spider. You've summoned demons. And Orla's broken hearts. Many would say many of those things are bad. And we deserve to be put in prison and jail, punished for them in one way or another. Eternal damnation in hell. That's shite. I don't have the answers to everything. I don't think any of us do. But all we can do is take another step forward and do better. Be better.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Loof. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say on that note, I think I owe a certain Josie a conversation. So I'll be back.
But Josie. Is that the one looking for the signs?
She's
No?
the one looking for me.
It's you.
I'm not going to keep running.
Oh no, I told her to fuck off, and if she came looking for you, I was going to shoot her. So
Is that something you should handle now or once we are finished?
I don't think we need to handle it at all, actually.
it's up to you, Loof.
Lou, sometimes it's okay to let someone else take care of something for you.
Ain't that just the way?
I know it's right frustrating.
As you are finishing up this conversation, you can't ignore anymore the sky. You start to hear those rolls of thunder, the cracks of lightning as the storm gets closer and closer, and that green tinge the sky gets a little darker, and you can all start to taste it now, that coppery taste in your mouths. The world's just ripping itself apart. And I think we're going to take a quick break here. So don't go anywhere, cowpokes. We'll be back. Right. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our finale, our second half of our Haunted West game, Los Cazados, the Hunted. We find ourselves back in the town of Three Sisters, Texas, with a green sky above, metallic tang in the air. The suspense of something is about to happen. We see the posse of paragons walking through this town, headed towards an old battlefield, long abandoned. Maybe at one point it was to become a place where homesteaders would grow crops and find something green growing from the horrors of battle before, but no one's claimed it. There's an air about it that just feels solemn, strange, like it shouldn't be touched. Anything you're doing on your way there?
I think I am saying on the way there that this could take me quite a while. It could take up to 24 hours. We should bring some food, water. You two
Already
are
done.
probably going to need your firearms. That Colt, I think, might be an issue. Orlin, Gabe, you have an amazing talent with the people. Do you think you could rally some people to help us?
I mean, I could. Are we worried about whether or not those people would survive afterwards?
If we don't take care of this demon, it's going to be a lot worse than a couple people in this town dying.
That's a very good point. I could gather some people who know their way around a firearm. Shouldn't be too hard, and I can also take care of the food situation. Gabriel, did you want to come with me? I don't think I should take any of these folks. Might scare them off.
Of course, I would gladly accompany you.
Grand. Anything else I can do for you, Alice?
That's all I can think of, but I'm focused mostly on these rituals now. So if anybody else has any ideas, I just need time, honestly.
And fuel. We'll make sure that you eat.
I appreciate it.
Orla squares up in front of Loof. Did you need anything?
No, I mean, is there anything I can help out with? I got a couple things to pick up.
You see the saloon girl kind of step forward. You said you needed people. What about the sisters? I know they're odd and strange, but they're powerful. They know about this kind of stuff. They just don't know they do.
They do, and I worry that they may be against us in this endeavor.
Oh no.
You have some kind of attachment to a Modi?
I mean, they kept me alive for a year.
Okay. So I'm getting mixed signals from you. I'll be honest.
They're frightening and they're strange, and I want to get away, but I don't want them to die.
I'll try to keep that in mind.
I think it's best we just keep them away from things.
Okay.
I wonder, Louv, if I should introduce Odie to Madame Festa. Perhaps there's somewhere safe that she can be instead of with us.
That's up to Odie. Do you want to come along, or do you want to hang out here? You'll be safe either way.
I want to
Well,
help you, Louv.
Safer here, if I'm being honest, but I won't let nothing happen to you.
I've got your back too.
Right.
We got like I said, I got some errands to run. Odie, why don't you join me?
And then
Okay.
Orla's gonna turn in towards Cormac. Did you need anything?
No, I was able to get some rations. I have all the bullets I need, and
Right.
I'll take care of Alice when she starts.
All right then, Gabriel. Let's get to it.
After you, ma'am.
Well, I
Orla
think
and
together,
Gabriel-
actually, and she'll loop her arm with yours and walk by your side and pull you towards the general store.
Perfect.
The bell dings and you see Mabel at the counter wrapping up the bread for the day. She hands a loaf to a local farmer who waves and leaves, kind of gives you a quick nod, both of you, as she leaves. And you see Mabel just standing there at the counter. Orla.
Morning. I've got a thing that I'm doing, and if I survive it, I will come back, and I have some interesting ideas to talk to you about. In the meantime, I could use supplies, clean linens, sewing kit, food that would keep well overnight, and some canteens I could put some water in, something that would be good to boil the water in.
Orla, are you helping someone with the birth?
Not, I think the opposite, actually.
Oh,
It's been a while since I've helped somebody with a birth. No, it's dangerous, so I'm going to not tell you about it, but if you meet anybody who tries to make a deal with you in exchange to have Johan back, I recommend that you don't do that. Right?
well, what kind of manner of deal would that be? Deal with some sort of devil?
Right. You nailed it.
Orla, what's the devil doing here in Texas?
Fucking with all of us, actually. Except for me. Well, there was a little bit of an appearance in one of my dreams, but that dream would have been torture already because it was about Liam. So, right. Don't worry. I'll be fine.
Well, I'll be praying for you.
That sounds like a very good thing that you could do. Gabriel, did you need anything?
I think I'm pretty right. So if you're settled, I'm settled.
Grand.
She'll pass over some rucksacks. Well, we'll settle up when you tell me about this idea of yours. How does that sound?
Perfect. Just in case though, under my bed, if you move it just a little, about 6 inches in the front right leg, under there's a board. If you pop that open, there's a big sack of money in it. And I
Money?
want you to have it if I don't come back, okay?
Oh,
I made a lot of money last night by not drinking. It's a fun story, I'll tell you, but when I come back.
well, I've got some stories to tell you too. I think between the two of us, we might have ourselves an interesting conversation.
Good. And then Orla's gonna hug her real hard and kiss her on the cheek and head out with the supplies.
Where are you two going next?
Where do cowboys hang out in the morning?
Cowboys. At work.
Right. Well then, I think we'll have to wait for help until later tonight, Gabriel, when they all come in from work. Alice said it's going to take some time anyway. Meanwhile, how do you feel about making holy water? Just in case.
I mean, I don't see why not. Make honest and true holy water.
We'll make them all holy water, and then if we need to, we can boil it for wounds. That's what the linens and the sewing kit were for. It's been a while since I've had to patch anybody up, but I should still be able to do it. Do you know how to sew?
I'm a quick learner. How about that?
Grand. I think that's what you and I will do for the afternoon then. And she will teach you how to do simple sutures.
Where are
I
you
love
doing
this.
this?
We'll go back to wherever Alice is hanging out, because we were told that we need to stay together. So wherever the others are, is where Orla is. So after we get that water blessed, she will teach Gabriel how to do simple sutures, and how to like proper first aid things, assuming Gabriel doesn't already have that knowledge.
I think the key is staying together, like in spirit, like we're not fractured as a group, I think is the key here.
Orla took you literally and is back wherever you are.
That's fine. We're heading towards the battlefield. So
You start to see this open expanse of prairie, the mountains beyond, where the grass grows in patches. There's just a lot of this kind of red clay dirt that kicks up and starts to stain your boots. Almost looks like blood on your clothes. This last remnants, almost like the land itself remembers what happened here. Empty, desolate. This is where it's a perfect place for some despair.
as we approach, I'll glance to Cormac. Where do you think would be the best place for you to defend?
How do you think it'll attack you?
It won't attack me itself, at least not at first. It'll be minions, could be other creatures, could be townsfolk that it's turned.
Right. And the terrain, it's like a flatland, or are we in hills?
It's near the hills.
Okay.
So you could, if you wanted to, like post up in the hills. There's and
Yeah.
you can also see there's like hillocks that were created to use as like shields that
Okay.
have grown over the nature has reclaimed those like sandbags, but they're slowly like deteriorating into the dirt and the dust.
Okay. Right. We're gonna want to get high ground. You don't think anything's gonna be flying at us, do you?
I don't know. I think the chances are low. It'll be much more likely that it's townsfolk or those nuns.
Okay. So we're gonna get up on that hill, and then can you do your work in a hole?
A hole can work. I'm going to, the circle that I have to carve, the circle that I have to create, I'm going to carve it into the ground since there's a storm coming.
How big does it need to be?
6-7 feet across should be fine.
Right, I can do that. Well, forgive the dark humor, but if you die, you'll have a nice grave. Right, so we're gonna get up on that hill. We'll dig you your hole, and then I'll get to work on laying the groundwork for defending this area.
I appreciate it.
Same goes to you.
I actually need you to do something for me. And she slings one of the satchels that she has off of her shoulder. I need you to take this. Don't let anyone else have it. Do not let anybody open it until we are done.
What is it?
It's just something that needs to be kept for now.
Is it another demon?
It is not another demon.
All right. I'll put it at the bottom of me bag.
Thank you.
All right. Other question. Are we going to be dealing with possession at all?
I hope not.
Right. That's all I needed to know. Great.
For the summoning, I will need an item from each of you, something connected to your despair. So give some thought to that.
I already know. And he hands her the locket.
It will be destroyed in the ritual.
He'll stop and look around, scan the area, see if he sees Liam.
He's sitting on the edge of where you're set up, kind of close to where the bags are, watching Odie, just like watching her skirt blow in the wind.
It'll have to do. Right. I need to get to work. And I'll pick up the shovel and start digging the hole.
As the others arrive, I will go to them to collect their items as well.
I think Orla digs around in her bag.
Before
Oh, sorry,
Orla
go
and
ahead.
Gabriel get back, Zane is going to approach you as you leave, as you're leaving town, and just say, "Hey, preacher."
Do I see Zane?
Yes, yes, you do.
Who's that?
A stranger I picked up on the way here. We've become quite attached.
Is this something to do with the spider?
Most likely.
Interesting. Do you want me to come with you or stay right here?
We're not keeping secrets. It's your choice.
I'm coming along. Seems interesting. Right. After you, as you say.
Grand. And they approach.
Do you give some thought to my offer, preacher? What do you think?
I'm going to keep things a little safe. I am keeping that token, though, for a friend.
Friend. Don't want to use it.
My burden, their gift. Keep it at that.
All right. Suppose we can do that. Do you think I'd make a good preacher?
I think everybody has a gift. It's if you hone it or not.
Maybe I'll give it a try. Feel like maybe I could do with some more wisdom in my life. And he pulls out the jar and starts shaking it. Add some more pebbles to the jar. You know what I mean?
I don't have the foggiest idea.
Let's say this is all the wisdom in the world. What if it was? Stuff I still don't know. Kind of thing you're fighting. Kind of thing you're preparing to go up against. Something I have no idea about. But I don't like it. I do not like it. But it interests me. See, it interests me. I would like to know how to use it. Can you help me with that?
How to use the pebbles? And he gives like a wry smirk.
Maybe. Maybe. Or how to find that, whatever that thing is. How to send it back to where it came from. How to have that kind of power. I think that would be mighty interesting. To me, at least. So if you learn how to do that, I can help you with some other stuff. I think we can come to an agreement. Yeah. Your voice, my stories, the knowledge you learn, my little jar of knowledge here. Make each other stronger.
I think hearing this, Orla loops her arm back around into Gabriel's.
And that's absolutely perfect because they don't even dignify it with a response.
As we walk away, Orla goes, I don't meet many people that I don't like. I definitely didn't like him.
That makes two of us.
At least we're on the same page.
Of course.
We meet some interesting people out here, don't we?
We do. Perhaps too interesting. Maybe we need a break.
Maybe. I don't know. I kind of like the excitement, if I'm being honest with you. Of new people. Not of all of this other stuff that we're dealing with.
I was about to ask for clarification. Honestly, I would
Have
like
you
the
ever
excitement of a
homesteaded before,
birdcage.
Gabriel? It's quite boring. It's the same thing every day. Not a lot of people around, although it did bring me Mabel.
You see, I've never been anywhere long enough to have roots, so homesteading might be the adventure I'm needing. Adventures in boredom.
Well, then we'll have to find you somebody who wants to do that with you. But that's a later problem.
Of course.
You see the
Yeah.
battlefield now, the red clay starting to catch on your shoes as well. And you can see the others up on the ridge. You see the clay kind of throwing up into the air as they dig. Luke, what are
Alice?
you? Sorry,
It's okay.
I was going to ask what Luke was doing.
Louv and Odie are going to go shopping. I am perfectly happy to skip ahead to when we rejoin the rest of our party.
What are you buying?
A little bit of a makeover.
Oh, I see. So what is the scene that the party is met with when you and Odie return?
A little later in the afternoon, two figures approach the party. You don't recognize them at first. One is larger, one is smaller, but they are both clad in full kind of navy blue clothing with long coats, and their faces are painted in white paint to resemble wolf skulls. They are decked out in guns.
Louv, this is quite the look.
Yes, it's an oldie but a goodie, you know? Sometimes you just, don't retire them.
Are you sure we're gonna need backup? Cause I think they got it covered.
I am inclined to agree with you. Also, I, Nikki, am very upset that I packed all my friends are hot fan. Because this would be a time for it.
By the way, Ola, all those bottles still in your room?
I thought you moved them.
No, I hadn't gotten around to that. Hey, tell you what, what's your least favorite dress?
I like all of them. I don't. You pick the one that you don't like the most, and that's fine by me.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be right back. Mama's gonna go make some Molotovs, you know?
Odie is like, hey, my habit.
Ah, smart,
That's
smart.
the
That's way
perfect thing
smarter.
to burn, actually. I like it, Odie. I like you. I think you should stick around.
Thank you. I think I should stick around too. What's with all the
So,
spiders following you all around all over the place? What's with that? And you look behind and you see like a trail of spiders kind of following, keeping a distance, and just kind of hunkering down to watch.
Gabriel does not acknowledge the spiders.
I give the spiders a suspicious glance, but I'll approach Orla and Gabe. To do the summoning, I need something tied to each of our despairs.
Right.
It'll be destroyed during the ritual.
Orla like digs around in her bag, and you can see she starts to pull out a small teddy bear, and then changes her mind, puts it back in, reaches up around her neck, and pulls her wedding ring off her neck and hands it to you. He'll
I'll
have
take
to
it.
make me a new one.
Hopefully you two will have plenty of time.
Yeah, right.
Gabe, do you have anything tying to your despair?
I I guess I'll follow my first thought. And they're gonna give Alice like their entire Bible.
And you're okay with this being destroyed?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you both.
Did you eat, Alice?
Not
Aye,
yet.
she did.
A little bit.
He's
I'll
like
eat
the
a
mother
fuller
hen,
meal
isn't he?
after. Well, he is digging a hole for me. Once he's done, it's going to take me 2 hours to just set up the circle that will be the barrier that will protect us and trap the demon. And then once I complete that, I'll eat a better meal and then I'll start the summoning.
Oh, your hole's finished. I'm working on everyone else's.
Thank you.
What do we need a hole for exactly?
It's better
Well,
if you don't ask.
No, it's important. If folks are coming up the hill to try to get us, it's better to be in the hole than up just behind a bush.
How can I talk them out of attacking us if I'm in a hole?
If they're attacking us, I'm not sure that you can.
I'm pretty persuasive.
Well, if they start shooting at you, you can just dip back into the hole.
Fine.
Noting that he didn't tell her the same it's also your grave line that he told me. I'm going to climb down into my hole and start making the circle, the barrier. What do they call it? Barrier protection. Yes.
Yes.
I think
All
Orla's
right.
gonna actually jump into Cormac's hole. If we die, I'm not dying by myself.
Fighting you on it.
Eventually, Louvre returns, wheeling a hand cart just filled with bottles of alcohol with pieces of habit shoved into the necks of them.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
When she sees the holes, she says, "Ah, fuck no."
Ooh,
Fantastic.
do you know what happens to a bullet when it hits the ground? It stops most of the time. What happens if it just hits you in the chest?
Can't I just shoot him real fast? Shit.
How
have a
many
thing
bullets
with
are in your
holes.
gun? 6,
How many-
7, 12?
How many people you think we're going to be fighting?
I have no idea. Maybe a whole town. Maybe a bunch of nuns that decided to pick up guns.
I got 6, but what if I kill 2 people with each bullet, right? Fine, I'll
Ruth,
get in the hole.
Thank you.
Not going to be good for my lucidity, though, let me tell you.
Feeling trapped.
You don't have to be alone in your hole. Odie can go with you.
She'll swing in, drop down, start setting up one of the rifles. Just, yeah, I can see from here. Maybe not
Uh,
when it gets dark.
Alice,
mean,
when you tell Louv what you need, she rifles through her things and eventually pulls out a small rectangle of scorched metal, and she hands it to you.
You're okay with this being destroyed?
Yeah. You know, gotta do what we gotta do, right? When you look at it, you see that it has finely filigreed corners and a name. It looks like a book plate that might have been affixed to a picture book at one point. It says Annabelle.
Hopefully this all ends today. Thank you.
Alice, what are you putting in the pile?
I will add a ring as well. Just a simple band.
Small pile of offerings as you start to cast your protection. Could I have you do an occult call?
Yes.
We believe in you.
I've been nervous about all of these checks. They're coming up. Okay. Not the best I've rolled, but still good. That's a 53 under a 93.
All right, so that's a success. And you have 4 jacks.
So that
Do you want
gives- the jacks on this one specifically give an extra point of protection.
yes.
So that'll bring.
Do you want to spend a grit as well to do that 5 of extra protection, to making it a 9?
It takes to banish the demon. It's going to take 4. Yes. Yeah. So I have enough. So yes, we'll spend it here. So that's 9 points of protection, which I'm assuming that means its rating is 9, because it says that the demon attacks the barrier. It does damage equal to its rating to the demon. So I'm assuming its rating is 9.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I will spend 2 hours first carving this circle and these symbols out, and then I begin filling the symbols that I've carved with different things. Some of them iron shavings, some of them salt, just a bunch of different things. It almost looks colorful in the circle. It's, if you stand back from it, kind of beautiful in a weird artsy way.
That it kind of looks, it almost mirrors the sky as the sun starts to set. against the green sky, and you hear again the crack of thunder, or a crack of lightning and a roll of thunder. And there's a single rider riding up the road from the town towards you. You see the plume of dust as they ride closer. As you start to chant your summon, Alice.
Yeah, as she starts that, she'll let everyone know that she's starting that. This is going to be a continuous thing, and that when she's finished with the summoning, the demon will be here.
Are we killing anyone that shows up?
Only if they try to stop us.
All right.
I'd rather there not be extra death, but we need to finish this today. If the demon appears before now and offers you things, make you promises, do not listen to it, do not acknowledge it, do not engage. He started offering already because he knows I can do this.
All right. Well, you get to work.
She begins, as she turns back, she begins to, she takes her vest off and her shirt off, and it's just her in her skirt and her chemise. And you can see now, starting just above the wrist on both of her arms, black tattoos, occult, mystic, and religious symbols swirling up her arms, over her shoulders, and meeting on her chest around the Seal of Solomon. This is her focus to summon demons. She climbs back down into the hole and raises her arms and begins the chants.
The sky around you darkens. You see the clouds start to pull inwards, almost similar to when the Dullahan appeared, but almost more like that funnel cloud slowly starts to form. It doesn't touch down, just the barest wisp of it coming down from the cloud. As the rider goes closer and closer, you recognize her face, Cormac, and Gabriel as well, as the bounty hunter riding in from the town.
All right. This one may be a bit complicated.
Who is it?
You're muted, Orla.
I remembered on OBS, but not Zoom. She asked who it was.
It's the one that's looking for Louvre.
Right. Well, I'm okay if you shoot her.
I mean, man, how would we have solved that early in the day?
She's just about in my range. We all good if I take my shot?
I was joking. I think we should give her a chance to explain herself before we shoot her.
Ah.
Right.
Right. Well, then you're up.
Grant. When she gets within earshot, Orla's going to pop up over the hole. Not all the way out, just on her tippy toes. What's her name?
Josie.
Fuck, I don't remember.
Josie, right. Josie, dear. Can I help you?
She's dismounted at this point, and she's kind of poking at the barrier. How does it appear, Alice?
Oh, is she that close? Because like we made this barrier inside of this hole where I'm standing.
In the hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. She's on the edge of like where you've set up the campsite. She's just kind of looking around.
You're walking into a bit of trouble, Josie. I have to be honest with you. Did you need something?
I am looking for Alice.
Right. Alice is a bit busy at the moment, and like I said, you're walking into a bit of trouble.
I think I can take it.
Well,
Move.
As she looks at Orla, like Cormac's just there, and the barrel of his rifle is pointed right at her chest.
God, same thought.
I think,
Luv is pointing her gun.
I think you were warned that if you were to hurt anybody in this town that you would be shot, and I have to tell you he's a pretty good shot and he already doesn't like you. So if you're here to hurt anybody here that we're friends with, I recommend that you turn around.
I just came for a trade. Figured you'd be fine turning in your friend for a little freedom yourself.
I don't need
Hey.
whatever freedom you can provide. And we don't make deals with anybody. Again, I suggest you leave. This is the last time I'm going to suggest it. After that, I'm going to let Cormac do the suggestion and you won't like it.
All right. Nice face. I remember it. You
Most
too,
people
Irishman.
don't forget it.
What's your name?
None of your business.
All right, none of your business. Glad you like your face. You're going to be seeing it every post office.
I'd fire.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
She didn't leave. She was warned 3 times.
Ah, yes, she was. Okay.
You can't threaten a man's wife in front of him.
This is true. This is very, very true. All right, go ahead
That's
and give me a call.
a 15 out of 85.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, she is considered a wrestler, so you don't need that much to take her out. So
I've got 3d8 of damage.
all right. Nice. So for our narrative system, actually, what takes out enemies is how many jacks you get. So there are 3 tiers of baddies. And then, so there's for normal, like, things of this world, out of this world, there is a level of beyond that we're not going to talk about yet. But there's wrestlers, there's outlaws, and then there's bosses. And with that many jacks, you are able to drop. I guess she is an outlaw, this outlaw. So how does that go down there, Cormac?
Oh, real quick, the moment the threat of just like you'll be seeing your face in a bunch of post offices, Cormac doesn't fucking blink, just pulls, lets it rip, shoots her right in the neck.
Well, I warned her.
Jesus, Cormac, you gotta work on your banter a little bit. Like you could say something, really, really significant before you shoot her. Just like, how about we offer a trade? You keep talking and you get the extra hole we dug. Or, like, dang. You just
That gives
shot
her
her.
more time to shoot you back.
Right. We don't all need to be flashy, Louv. Sometimes a shot is all you need. Anyway, that was resolved. So, should we get on with it, Alice?
Oh, Alice is not stopped.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna put the body?
Leave it where it is?
I mean, above game, I thought Orla and Cormac were in the same hole, so
We are.
Orla's hole is open.
Yeah.
Phrasing bin.
The other thing was because the horse is fine. Cormac didn't shoot the horse. So Cormac is gonna stand up. Orla, you mind reloading that shot for me?
Yep, that's fine. I can do that.
Right. Louv, cover me, please. And Cormac is gonna go slap the horse so that it gets out of there. And drag the body down to the bottom of the hill, and light it on fire.
All right. So the body's going down the hill. Cormac, you're lighting it on fire.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Before you light the torch, you see the eyes flash open yellow, and just says, think about it.
Cormac will lean, like squat down. Think about what? That you're fucked?
The dead mouth doesn't open, but there's this sick laugh that comes out. You have no idea what you're dealing with.
Seemingly neither do you. And light the body on fire.
All right. Goes up in flames. See it flare up against the night sky, kind of setting the town in relief from here. The light. And yeah, Alice keeps chanting.
Yeah, Cormac will run back to the hole.
All right. Alice, since you are doing that summoning, let's do that call. And go ahead and add your focus bonus. And
Yes. I have the focus bonus, the terrain bonus,
mhm.
and the 7 jacks worth of bonus that I had from my research roll last session, which is 35%. So I'm at
Yes.
75% for my summon roll.
You also
Hell yeah.
have the consume bonuses from each of your despairs. So that's, go ahead and add that.
So normally that's by dollar value of the tribute.
Right, which this is not a dollar kind of demon.
Yeah, so
So
how do we want to do that?
all of this was fairly valuable, heart-wrenching stuff. So let's just do the max, that 30%.
I mean, that means it's impossible for me to fail.
Oh shit, is it?
That
Yeah.
adds up to 105.
You've done your homework. Shit.
It just depends on how many jacks I get at that
Let's
point.
see.
So that's a 22, which I believe is an ace because it's doubles
That is absolutely an ace.
with a lot of jacks.
Yes.
I like all your
And
characters,
Jax.
but Alice is the coolest.
That's like 8 jacks, 9.
8 jacks. So with the ace, the summoning takes half the required time, which bumps it down to 12. And then I can use jacks to reduce it by 3 hours for each jack.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
So
8
12.
jacks.
So I can use 4 of those to
Summon it
to
right
reduce
now.
the time to now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then those other 4 jacks, I'm gonna stick them in the river. I'm gonna be using a bunch of these jacks for the next step.
All right. As you're watching the flame of this body at the bottom of the canyon, the horse spooks, starts to scream and rears up, takes off across the prairie. You see the kind of chunks of red clay flying up, spraying into the fire of the smoldering body of the bounty hunter. And you see the sky rend itself open as the funnel cloud goes from like a wisp to hitting the ground immediately, just out of nowhere, just 0 to 60. And it starts to rip some of the clay up and whip it around. And you see this just wild tornado of red, and it starts to pulse towards you until it stops. The metallic tang is in the air. It smells this strange, almost sulfur. And in the hole with you, you see this amorphous thing. It's just shadow at first. It clings to the sides of the hole, bound to it, and it starts to fight and writhe itself around. And you see it kind of split off into little pieces, fall from it. And Louv, you see a familiar sight standing at the edge of the campground, almost like a lightning strike. It's the being in black. It just kind of points towards you.
See, Louv hesitated with the Dullahan. This time she does not hesitate. And she is a faster draw than any of you could have imagined. I try to shoot it.
Okay. Can I get a... Are you doing your rifle? Or your pistol?
My pistol.
All right.
For what it's worth, I have a whole stack of bonuses to that, and I'm not sure which ones apply to our rule style. But I have my range penalties reduced by 1 increment, my draw time reduced by 1 increment. I get +1 to initiative. And I increase damage and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I just have to roll good.
Go ahead and roll on short arms.
Oh my god. Despite the fluid and practiced motion of Louv's draw, you can all see recognition on her face, and her hands uncharacteristically shaking as she shoots 2% over her skill.
The bullet whistles past the being, doesn't even look. Louv, you feel a trickle of blood from your trigger finger as you the being just no. Duel or nothing. Fair. What are your terms?
Louv climbs out of her hole.
Orla, back on her tippy toes. Louv, you're not alone here. You don't have to deal with this by yourself. Remember, we don't make deals with demons.
I really want to listen to you, Orla, but...
If you don't get back in that hole, I'm coming out of mine.
Louv begins walking forward.
Orla hops back, jumps out of the hole, gets out of the hole.
Gabe also scrambles out.
All right. Let's see. I need all of you to make a terror test, which is a base 50% roll. The demon, however, is going to make this minus 20%. So 30 is the success.
Orla's too
17.
mad to be scared, and I rolled a 21.
Okay. Gabriel, Orla, you both succeed.
36.
36. Okay.
25.
Cormac? 35?
25.
25. Okay. And Alice?
7.
Oh,
Ha.
fearless.
Alice is afraid of nothing.
Fearless. Hell yeah.
Good golly.
Everything fears
lost my
Alice,
edge out
not the
here.
other way around.
Incredible. Louv, you're going to take 3 lucidity damage.
Yeah, of course I am. I am shaken.
As you climb out of the hole. The shadow and the smoke that have been swirling around this enclosure start to solidify. Alice, are you in the hole as well, or are you outside?
I'm in the hole as well. Outside of the barrier, but in the hole.
Mhm. The shadows swirl and swirl and swirl, almost like it can't decide what to do, what to do. And then it starts to take the form of a woman in a long dress, elegant gloves. It's your former partner, except her eyes are wrong. They're gold when they shouldn't be. Her hair is long and dark. Just reaches out to you. Why are you hurting me, Alice?
It doesn't matter the shape you take. This game of cat and mouse is over, Morbus. I have your name. I have you in this circle. It's over.
Over. No, I will not go without a fight. And she is going to snap fingers, and you see other shadows start to take form from the skirts, almost blob out, amorphous little blob pieces, and they start hurling themselves against the barrier. Once I'm free, you're going to wish that you did not conjure me.
Are you really so certain that you can break this barrier without destroying yourself?
If I take you down with me, maybe it won't be so bad. And we'll continue to just fling at the barrier.
She will switch out of English to because she doesn't want anybody else interfering, to ancient Sumerian. It's over. You know it's over. Killing yourself does nothing. I'm going to banish you one way or another. But before that happens, I have one last bargain to offer you.
A bargain. She'll switch as well, back to ancient Sumerian. You have my attention. And my interest.
Regardless of what happens here today, I'm sending you back beyond the veil, and whatever power kept you there before will keep you there now. But you took something, a young child, a son, from my companions. I demand that you return him.
Oh.
Unharmed, unaware of the time that he's been apart, and untethered to you in any way.
That's a big ask, Alice. You know I can't return something like that without putting something else back. What do you offer me in exchange?
I offer you the witch who bested you. I offer myself.
I love it. I'll need to shake on it. She'll offer out the hand.
Alice glances for a moment out of the hole over towards Cormac, kind of locking eyes with you. And I think you see a look in her eyes that you've probably seen in other soldiers that you fought with, kind of a sad resignation and acceptance, the look of somebody facing their last stand.
Cormac is going to get up out of the hole, but not go towards the figure in black, and go towards Alice's hole.
She shakes her head at that.
And just looks at her and, what are you doing?
Finishing this.
No, you're doing something else. Your life on the line wasn't in our conversation.
This was always my destiny. I've been kicking the can down the road now for years.
We all kick the can down the road. Doesn't matter where it ends up. You're doing good in this life, and you can continue to do good. You're a good person.
Luv is going to die if you don't help her.
And you're going to die if I don't help you.
Or
I can
live
shoot
with
from
Luv.
here. I can shoot from here. Don't you feckin' touch that thing's hand.
I need to finish the banishment at least.
You can finish the banishment without touching it.
Alice turns back, knife in hand. She cuts her palm, and her blood sizzles and steams as it falls around this barrier. Arms raised, just in sweeping phrases, she speaks the last lines of command to banish this demon. And as she finishes that, as the words hang in the air, she will throw her hand out and grab Marbos's hand.
Right.
Can I stop that? Can I try? I don't know what that would be.
I'm right up against the barrier. I don't know.
Do you want to leap at her? I can like
Shoot her in the hand. She can't shake if she doesn't have a hand.
Oh shit.
Jesus, that's. Ah.
I think that is an option, but I think Cormac's first instinct would be to tackle her and get her away from that.
I feel like this is dueling fisticuff calls. Unless you want to retaliate some other way, Alice. He launches towards you, and Cormac, the being that she is reaching out to touch hands with, you don't see a woman in a dress. You see a young boy.
Yeah. And Cormac has been ready for this since that motherfucker offered to show up as Liam.
So I have no chance of beating Cormac in a fisticuffs, but I know a shake is a formality. So if she sees Cormac out of the corner of her eyes, she will just say, I agree.
Cormac, do you still tackle her?
Absolutely.
You watch as Liam reaches out, starts to dissolve. His body starts to dissolve into wisps of black smoke. And for a moment you think you've succeeded. And then Alice's wound, your hand, starts to continue to crack and split open. Your arm starts to split. And Alice, you are torn apart. Your blood mingles with the red clay. And you two are pulled away. Cormac, your arms are empty. All that's left is the scarf. You see a brilliant pattern, the same pattern as Alice's tattoos, spread out onto it, stitched in a dark black, like shadow.
Do we hear all of this happen?
Cormac gets out of the fucking hole and just starts shooting at this figure in black.
Alice, I wonder, do you have last moments, last words?
Not at the moment. She's already written them.
Right.
Oh, that's what was in the pouch. Anna. No.
The being in black stands there, and you see other small shadows, foot soldiers of this demon. Some of them scatter and run as Marbas is banished forever. Others stay nervously waiting for someone to make a move. Louv, have you been shooting at this? Are you going to approach? What's your move?
I reholster my pistol and approach it.
Orla is going to run up and stick her arm up and grab Louv.
I've got this, Orla.
I don't think it's necessary.
You know that thing I told you about in the bio?
Yes?
It looked a lot like that.
You don't have to take it on by yourself.
I think I can do this, Orla.
All right. Don't die.
I don't think I will. I just gotta remember who I used to be.
No, I think you should think about who you are now. 'Cause I like that person a lot more. All right. And she'll squeeze your arm and then go stand next to Cormac.
Cormac, did you still come out shooting?
Yeah, absolutely.
You would see all of your bullets kind of fly wide. And you hear in your voice, duel or nothing.
Fucking right. And then we'll take see, are there a bunch of still like the little stragglers around?
Yeah, there's little
All right.
stragglers, and they're starting to kind of crawl forward. These
sticks of
amorphous
dynamite.
little- Oh
Tossing
shit.
them. Yeah.
I love it.
I'm just gonna start lobbing.
All right. How about you, Gabriel and Orla? Orla, you said you went back with Cormac?
Yeah, she's standing next to Cormac and she makes eye contact with Gabriel and holds up like a canteen. I'm not sure I think we're out of our depth here, Gabriel.
Just a pinch. I agree.
Both of you throw.
All right.
Start handing sticks of dynamite. Load them and
I guess
toss
we're
them.
throwing dynamite.
How about I light them and you toss them? I think that might be safer.
That's fine.
Right. Orla is lighting dynamite for other people to throw.
Louv, as you sheathe your gun, the being sheathes his as well. And will tip a hat. Turns.
Louv does the same.
You have terms.
Oh, I misheard you.
Oh.
I mean, I was thinking I shoot you and you die, but you know, what are you proposing here?
A gloved hand reaches out and points at your gun.
What kind of gun does it have?
You see a long barreled pistol, pure black, looks almost like made of obsidian glass, very reflective. Doesn't look like anything you've ever seen. Almost doesn't look of this world. Strange.
Loof points at it. Fine. Iron for iron.
Done. Turns and puts the gun up by his face. 10 paces.
You got it, Haas.
Starts walking. 1, 2, 3. Do you also take your paces?
I do.
All right.
And
Can-
Louvre follows decorum because she's, although she cheats at cards, she's never had to cheat at this.
Right. Go ahead and make a short arms check.
Uh, 12.
12. How many jacks is that?
My skill is 81. So at least a couple.
And there's so many jacks in the river.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh,
Hell
it's
yeah.
beautiful. As you shoot, where do you aim for?
Oh, the head.
The head?
Always.
You feel a rush of adrenaline and pride and happiness you haven't felt in a while. The demon inside you screams in joy as you see this thing just wisp away on the wind. The gun clatters to the ground. And the big hat is also left behind.
What? Please describe that.
Oh yeah.
Ha!
Very wide brim, big black hat. Almost a half stovepipe. It's an impressive hat. There's beads around the edge of the brim, all black and like a snake pattern.
Louvre will collect both items. I don't have a double holster. Louvre will collect both items.
Now you need one.
Yeah, no, I gotta go shopping again. Louvre returns to her companions.
You are out of the stool. You notice that all around you there's explosions ripping up the clay. You see the funnel cloud. I think you all come back to yourselves almost. The chaos is all around you. The explosions, the funnel cloud is receding into the sky, and you can see the first glimpses of the night sky peeking through that haze of green. You see the stars are out.
Are all the demons gone?
The demons are gone. Just these big blast marks all over. Not a single spider to be seen.
Orla stops lighting dynamite. All right, where's Alice?
As the smoke clears, you hear Louvre howl at the moon.
Odie joins.
That's not going to change the rumors about you. And then she'll tap Cormac. Where's Alice?
Sure.
You cut out there. I didn't hear that.
I lost her. The same way that Liam.
What?
She made some sort of fucking deal. tried to stop her. I tried to knock her out of the way, stop her from shaking its hand.
And you
But
couldn't.
she... No, I did. But she made a verbal agreement. Fuck.
You can't stop a woman with determination, Cormac. That was her decision to make.
We don't even know what deal it was.
Well, we'll have to hope that it was something for the better of the world and not something bad. I think I need to sit down, and Orla's going to just sit.
Cormac, with only a few sticks of dynamite left, will take out the package that Alice gave. Well, it seems it's done. While the rest of you were in town, she gave this to me. Hold on to. I should have seen through it then.
Anna's so proud of herself. Look at her.
Mm-hmm.
And Cormac will open the container.
Yeah. At the top of the package is top inside the bag is a letter that's addressed to you, Cormac.
Oh, I swore to me ma that I would never drink. This one makes me want to. And he'll open the letter.
And it's written in Alice's very careful, neat handwriting. Same handwriting she would use for spells, runes. So it's all very neat, very careful. And it reads, Cormac, I know that I can never give back the time that you and Orla lost or heal the pain that you suffered because of my actions. But if my plan worked, then I can at least offer a new start. The three of you deserve to find happiness again. Take this bag and find somewhere safe, somewhere to build a home, somewhere you can truly live. In my time studying demons and the supernatural, I've learned that names carry immeasurable power in this world and beyond the veil. Regardless of whether you remember mine in hate or fondness, I only ask that you do not let it be lost to time. I do not need accolades or condemnation for the things I've done. I simply do not desire my time in this world to be forgotten. I wish the three of you the very best of health and all of the luck in your future. Alice. And under the letter, inside the bag, there are a couple pieces of very expensive looking jewelry and $397 cash.
Do you read that out loud or do you just read it to yourself?
Cormac reads to himself.
Well,
And he just hands the letter to Orla.
Orla reads it out loud. What does she mean by the three of you?
Think she made an exchange. I think she banished the thing and exchanged herself for Liam.
Why would she do that? She
I
blamed
think she
herself.
blamed herself.
Right.
Fuck.
I mean, I feel a little bit guilty because I can't say that I'm mad at her for doing it. Did she leave instructions on where to find him?
No.
Great.
She gave us the rest of her money and jewelry.
Do you know she was gonna do that?
No.
Shit.
Orla takes the earrings and takes hers out and puts on Alice's earrings. Right. I think the only instructions we have are to find a place.
Okay.
Gabriel, you said you wanted to be a homesteader.
Yeah, you caught me.
Lou, if you fancy settling down, or are you off on adventures now?
Maybe someday. But I think I've been running long enough. I think it's time to collect my sisters.
Odie's gonna come up behind you and kind of place a hand on your shoulder. I've got some leads. If you want to look.
Yeah. That's real good, Odie.
People just say anything to nuns.
I imagine so. But once all that gets sorted, I wouldn't mind seeing you all again.
We'll send letters to the madam in town so that you can always come back here and you'll find out where we are.
So, as you make your way back to town, straggling, what do you do with the camp? Do you pack it up and bring it back? Do you leave it there?
If anything that belonged to Alice was still there, Cormac will pick it up and take it.
Right. The sun starts to peek over the horizon. As you make your way back to Three Sisters, flanking you all the way back is small trails of spiders just marching in time. Will peel off before you get to the town and start to cross the path and go towards the wagon. They don't crawl up the side like they normally do, just kind of waiting. But you see stirring in the wagon, Gabriel, your dog, and another small figure next to your dog. You see arms kind of reach up in a hug. Somebody's there.
And just very slowly, they're just gonna peek their head in.
Is it morning?
Why? Wait, is it morning? That is a good question.
Just starting to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's coming around, so technically, good morning.
I was sleeping
Uh, did you have a good sleep?
Yeah, I did. Have you seen my mum? Me dad?
And just you stay right there. I think I know exactly where they are.
I like your dog. Just burrows back into the fur.
And just soundlessly, Gabe turns around and just books it for Cormac and Orla.
Are you all right?
I think there's a bundle of joy. It's yours. It just completely out of words.
Orla doesn't hesitate. She starts running. And then right as she gets up to the schooner, she stops. And waits.
Cormac was stunned for a little bit, but follows and joins her.
I can't. What if it's not real?
I'll go first then.
You are braver than I am.
No, just a bit dumber. He'll go in and, without a word, just pick him up.
Pa, I was sleeping.
Yeah,
I'm awake
Daddy.
now.
Did you have nice dreams?
I did. There was a nice lady. She said I could come see you. I liked
Tell
your
her your
fancy
name.
arms. She had lace on her arms, like it was drawn on
Aye.
her arms. It's pretty.
They were drawn on her arms. But
That's Alice.
Can I get lace drawn on my arms?
When you're an adult.
He'll
sorry,
just-
laddie. We had a long nightmare.
It's not real. You'll feel better after some coffee. Wake up.
Oh, I think you're right. Let's go into town and get some breakfast, maybe.
And he's going to take both of your hands. Your feet still caked with the red clay, leaving footprints walking into town. The five of you. And I think that's where our story ends. At least for now. I'd love to know what you see for your characters in the future. Wherever they may be.
Orla's first, after we settle and get comfortable with this whole change, her first order of business is to tell Cormac he needs to make her a new ring. Then she starts asking around for where they should go next. And I think for further into the future, when they start having more kids, she insists that the first girl be named Alice.
Yeah, Cormac wouldn't have it any other way. And he held on to the scarf the entire time. And when she was old enough, he would give the scarf to Alice and tell her about the Alice that he and Orla knew, and who she was. And though her past was troubled, she overcame that and did more good than she could know. She was a witch, and she was powerful.
What about Luv?
Cut to Luv. She's in a gunsmith shop. He's holding an engraving tool over this black gun, and she says, "Now you spell that ALICE."
Oh,
That's sure a strange name for a gun.
I love it.
For a friend, she corrects him.
And what about Gabriel?
Assuming they stayed close, I hope they officiated a wedding or some renewed vows.
I think so. Seems
Yeah, the
appropriate.
latter. Yeah.
Perfect. I assume they stay close. Very tempted to share wisdom to various 8-legged bastards, but it's a relatively calm existence.
I think you always see them. They're always there, just waiting. Respectfully. In a respectful distance. And every now and then you see Zane out of the corner of your eye. At a bar, having a drink. He'll always tip his hat. But unless you approach him, he won't approach you. And every now and then you find a pebble on your doorstep. What about Alice? The veil's thin. Things are possible. Do you rest? Or do you watch?
She watches. She doesn't try anything 'cause she knows that if she even violates the bargain a little bit, that it could have consequences. So she stays where she is, but she watches. Keeps a close eye, I think, on all of her companions.
Much like us here watching these stories unfold. Thank you all so much for your stories. As our campfire burns down to ash, that smoke trails up to the big wide western skies. This may be the ending, but that doesn't mean it's the end. Sleep well, cowpokes. This has been a Haunted West actual play. Let's see where we can find our lovely, incredible cast. Start with Cameron.
Oh God. My name is Cameron Blair. You can find me on Twitter at worldsmith_cam, where I talk about writing, where I write tabletop role-playing games, design them, how people talk about characters and how bring worlds to life. I'm in another show, Kinesis RPG, with Honey and Dice. We should be filming our finale for that show this coming Wednesday. And I believe there's a show coming up in September that I'm very excited for. But follow me there. Stay tuned. I have some other projects that I'm working that are in the pipeline, but I'd love to have you. That's it for me.
Dana, where can we find you?
I am Dana Ebert. You can find me on social media as Mistress Dana RPG. You can also find me on my website, danaebertpdx.com. I do have a new project that I'm excited to put this cat down and tell you all about. I'm excited to talk about my new business. TPK Brewing Co. is a majority queer, women of color owned craft brewery coming to Portland, Oregon in 2023. There you'll find full-time professional game masters on staff and thematic craft brews, food, and decor. You can learn more and subscribe for updates at tpkbrewing.com.
I'm going to that grand opening. It's gonna be so cool.
I'm so excited. Vin, where can we find you?
Oh gosh. Hi guys again. I'm Vin at VinVoxVA on Twitter. I'm a tabletop performer and I'm a voice actor. So catch out my Twitter, catch up. Words are hard. I post casting calls for both acting and tabletop. So just follow my Twitter for opportunities, and that's me. I have a lot of things coming up, just haven't been announced yet. So keep an eye out.
Anna, where can we find you?
I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet, queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. If any of that sounds interesting, you can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun. As far as upcoming games, this weekend on Sunday, I will be joining Paradise Productions as part of their Jasper's Game Day a series of games to raise money and awareness around suicide prevention. It's a really great organization. I am in the 3:30 p.m. Eastern game. We're playing Starfinder, GM'd by the wonderful Super Dylan. It's going to be a really great game. So come and check that out. Check out all the games this weekend and help us raise money for a really great cause. Monday night, you can find me on Party Wipe Games, playing Greetings from Republic City or Avatar Legends actual play. And then, of course, if sci-fi or podcasts are more your thing, you can find me on Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast, following a PR team who unexpectedly ends up on the front lines of a brewing conflict. We have narrative first giant mech combat, roleplay focused characters. We've been described as if Battlestar Galactica had its own red versus blue. It's a lot of fun. We always get a lot of feedback, and we really love our fans. So come and check out what all the fuss is about. You can find us anywhere you normally get your podcast and on Twitter at RT Omnicron.
And last but not least, Nikki. Hi, I'm Christina. I like telling scary stories. You can find me over on Twitter at D20Xtina. That's all right, now Nikki.
Okay, now me. Hi, I'm Nikki. I am the producer here at this channel. We have a ton of stuff coming up, but my brain is not in that space right now, so can't help you there. Follow us on Twitter, and follow me on Twitter. If you say nice things to me, I will cry. So that happened today. What else? I am not doing anything else right now, but Avatar will be back soon, and I don't know. I'm lost. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I'm just gonna end it. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you on the internet.
Good night.